Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow morning, and the very first thought that pops into your head is, am I happy? It sounds innocent, right? But watch what happens next. Your brain instantly starts scanning your life like a detective at a crime scene. Do I like my job? Is my bank account where I want it? Should I be married by now? Do I even enjoy what I'm doing? And before you've even brushed your teeth, you've managed to talk yourself into a full-blown existential crisis. You know what I mean? It's wild. Because just a second ago, you were fine. But the moment you chase happiness, poof, it slips through your fingers. And that's the trap. Chasing happiness is the fastest way to be miserable. It's like running after a rainbow. The closer you think you're getting, the more it moves away. Now, let's be real. We've all been there. Maybe you've told yourself, I'll be happy when I get that promotion. I'll be happy when I finally lose the weight. I'll be happy when I buy the car, the house, the fancy shoes, whatever. And then you finally get the thing. And sure, you feel good for a little while. But give it a week, a month tops, and that voice is back. Okay, what's next? Why don't I feel satisfied yet? And that cycle, that's what burns people out. Because you start to think happiness is this end goal, this finish line that if you just run hard enough, you'll reach. But the truth is, it doesn't work like that. Happiness isn't a place. It's a byproduct. It sneaks in while you're living, not when you're sitting there asking, am I happy yet? And that's why this matters. Because if you're chasing happiness directly, you're setting yourself up for misery. But if you shift your focus to growth, to meaning, to connection, happiness shows up naturally, almost like background music. So let's dive into this. And I promise, I'm not just going to throw motivational cliches at you. I want to give you practical, everyday steps, stuff you can actually apply, whether you're a student, a parent, a 9-to-5 worker, or someone trying to build their dream career. Here's the first big shift. Stop chasing perfect moments. You know the moments I mean. Those Instagram-worthy highlights. Sunsets on a Bali beach, holding champagne on a rooftop. Finally hitting that dream salary. We think those are the keys to happiness. But the reality? Happiness is usually hiding in the ordinary. Like laughing at a dumb joke with your friend. Or sitting down to a hot meal after a long day. Or finishing a task you've been putting off. That's where it lives. When you obsess over perfect moments, you miss the small ones. And happiness is a lot like sleep. The harder you try to force it, the harder it runs from you. Now, second shift. Focus on progress, not perfection. Think back to the last time you learned something new. Maybe it was playing piano, learning to cook, or even just starting at the gym. The joy didn't come from being a master. It came from those little wins. The first time you played a song that actually sounded like music. Or the first time your cooking didn't taste like cardboard. That's happiness creeping in through the back door. Progress is addictive. It makes you feel alive. Perfection? That just paralyzes you. Third shift. Connection beats comparison. We live in a world where comparison is on steroids. Scroll through social media for 5 minutes, and suddenly you feel like the poorest, ugliest, laziest person alive. You know what I mean. But comparison is happiness poison. Connection, though, that's the antidote. Call a friend. Hug your kid. Check in on someone who's struggling. These little moments of connection refill your happiness tank in ways likes and followers never will. Fourth shift. Anchor to meaning, not mood. Let me explain. Moods are like the weather. They change constantly. One rude email, one bad comment, and your happy mood evaporates. But meaning, that's like the climate. It holds steady. If you root yourself in values, kindness, growth, creativity, resilience, you'll have something solid to stand on, even on the rainy days. And when you're living in alignment with meaning, happiness tends to drop by uninvited. Now, let's connect this to different parts of life. Take productivity. If you're only working for the moment when you can say, finally, I've made it, you're going to burn out. But if you work because you enjoy learning, or you're proud of creating something valuable, you'll find energy and joy along the way. Take relationships. If you're with someone just because they make you happy, you'll constantly monitor whether you're still happy. Exhausting, right? But if you're with them because you want to build, grow, and share life together, that's meaning, and happiness flows naturally from that. Take health. If you're only exercising to feel happy with your body, you'll quit as soon as progress slows. But if you move your body because it gives you energy, sharpness, and confidence, you'll stick with it. And guess what? Happiness tags along. Even with money. You'll never feel rich enough if you're chasing happiness through numbers. But if you see money as a tool for freedom, for generosity, for security, then every dollar has meaning. That meaning feels good, whether the number is small or huge. So here's the bigger picture. Stop asking, am I happy? Start asking, am I aligned? Am I growing? Am I connecting? Am I contributing? Those questions create a foundation. And happiness is like a guest. It'll show up when it feels invited. Let me give you a metaphor. Imagine life as a garden. If you're standing over the soil screaming, bloom, bloom now, you're going to be miserable. But if you water the soil, give it sunlight, pull out the weeds, eventually, quietly, the flowers appear. That's happiness. And here's the twist. You don't even notice it at first. You're just busy living. And then one day, you look up and your garden's full of color. So, what's the takeaway? Simple. Stop chasing happiness. It's a trap. Instead, focus on the soil. Progress, connection, meaning, contribution. Those are the conditions where happiness thrives. And I want to challenge you today. Not tomorrow, not someday. Today. Pick one tiny action that's aligned with what matters to you. Not because it'll make you happy, but because it's right. Call that friend. Take a walk without your phone. Write one page of the book you've been dreaming about. Cook dinner instead of scrolling delivery apps. Just one thing. Do it today. And then, smiles. Let happiness surprise you. Because here's the secret. Happiness is never caught. It's invited. So stop chasing, start living, and let happiness catch you. Now, I want to hear from you. Drop a comment below. What's your one small step for today? Say it out loud. Write it down. Put it in the comments. Because when you declare it, you're way more likely to follow through. And hey, if this message hit home for you, if you're tired of chasing and ready to start living, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear it. Trust me, we all know someone who's running in circles trying to find happiness. Remember, chasing happiness is the fastest way to be miserable, but creating meaning, progress, and connection, that's where real joy is born. So, stop running, start watering your garden, and watch the flowers bloom. See you on the next one.